Welcome back to Chow Time Pod. It's your host, Rick. Video today from the Financial Coffee Channel. Women can't pay their rent. Rent is too high, but they'll spend $1,000 to take a picture with Chris Brown. Please subscribe below. I really appreciate that. See that Chow. It's Chow Time.
$3,000 a month for rent?
That is high.
No. Hi guys, it's Rachel. So I'm going to tell you how I live in LA for under $25 a month. And I knew that LA was my home, but...
Shut up. I've lived in LA most of my life and I made under $25 for a very long time. It's not that big a deal.
I didn't want to pay rent, which is close to $3,000 to $5,000 a month.
Like 7 days. And
It's called living with people, getting roommates. You know, a $3,000 place with 2 roommates equals $1,000 each. Quite affordable.
I told this I don't want to spend more than $2,200, and she was taking me up to this room and she was like, oh my god, you're gonna love it. It's a 1-bedroom, it's $2,800, but it has a big balcony. Oh, it has a big balcony. Does it? You know what else is big? No? Okay, let me tell you what's not. The bank account, the budget, the credit score, the patience. Why don't you take the keys to Miss 2,800, not including parking and utilities, and shove it up here?
But they would gladly spend over $1,000 for a picture with Chris Brown.
Why is rent so expensive? What do people do for a living to be able to afford this? For example, 1 bedroom, 1 bath, 800 square feet is $2,500 a month.
Again, why do you need to live by yourself? I live in a house. It's pretty nice. Has a driveway. I don't have to worry about parking. $700 plus electricity. I share with 2 other guys. It's wonderful. What's up with this $2,500 a month just so you can live on your own? I know most of these people are probably in California. I am in California. I don't live downtown in some skyscraper. You know, I live like the outskirts of LA, almost OC, where rent's slightly cheaper, more suburby.
3 beds, 2.5 baths, 2,200 square feet, so not that bad, for $5,200 a month.
See, that's actually better. When you think about it, it's 3 beds. If you shared that amongst each other, that's maybe like, what, $1,400 each person-ish or so? Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry. It's like more like $1,700 each person or so, which is a lot more affordable than the $2,800, and there's 2 bathrooms and there's garages and it's a house. Like, why don't people see that part of things? I don't know. Maybe people don't like, just Americans don't like living with other people. It's weird.
It's a townhouse.
Y'all know how back in the day they used to have rent parties to help somebody who was short on the rent or whatever. They all chip in a couple of dollars. People will come over. Baby, this why we don't do that. We can't do that because everybody need help on their rent. Everybody need help on their rent.
But when you're a man and you cry for help, nobody cares.
Nope.
And that's how y'all know it should be a mother problem.
Whatever y'all doing to pay y'all rent, I need y'all to let me know. I just want to say, like, I'm so proud of y'all who are able to pay y'all rent. Like, I salute y'all. I applaud y'all. I aspire to be like y'all. But I give up. I give all the way up because this is ridiculous. I cannot afford to get my nails done. I can't afford to get my hair done. I can't afford to get a wax. I can't afford to do anything. I can't afford to go nowhere.
Because, yes, getting your nails done, getting wax, and your hair done is, what, your only hobby or something? Like, women literally have no hobbies.
I barely got money for gas. My rent is $1,300.
That's not that bad.
For a 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, probably like 620 square feet. It's little as y'all, it's not worth it. I've been having to do a payment arrangement on my phone bill, a payment arrangement for my Wi-Fi, a payment arrangement for...
But no payment, no anywhere in that. I'm not going to do my nails anymore. I'm not going to do my hair anymore. I'm not going to get waxed as much or often. Maybe I'll trim myself or something. Nope, none of that.
The electricity is to the point where I wake up in a bad mood because I know I ain't got money to do nothing. My friends know not to ask me to do nothing. Don't ask me to go nowhere. Don't ask me, can I buy this? Christmas gifts is out the door. I'm not doing any of that. And I don't like that. I like being able to have money to go to a restaurant, to have money to give people gifts, to have money.
No fucking shit. Who doesn't like it having money? But you gotta do some things to get the money. It doesn't just come to us.
To give myself gifts. I don't like this at all. It's ghetto. Not to mention, I have no spouse.
Yeah,
I have no
brokies are
government
ghetto.
help. I don't have a roommate. It's just little old me trying to pay these bills and keep up with everything every single month. And the months are flying by. I cannot keep up. I gotta fight for extra hours at my job, and I don't even want to be there. I done lost 25 pounds, and I don't know if it's because I've been watching my calories or if it's because it's nothing to eat in the house. I'm living like I'm in my 30s when I'm nowhere near that.
Nothing to eat in the house, guys. But I'll do my nails. I'll do my hair and all of those other stupid things.
Nobody can tell me that that's normal. These prices are not normal. Groceries, not normal. Rent, not normal. None of this stuff is normal to me. I'm stressed out. And I don't know what y'all finna do, but I'm finna move back in with my mama. My mama love me. So y'all gotta figure out what y'all about to do. But I'm not paying rent no more.
And this is for the hood. No supermarkets, no restaurants, nothing. Like, when I first moved in here, there was a white girl that lived here. But I feel like when I realized everything changed, when I seen white men moving in here, I was like, oh shit, it's bad out there. It's bad.
Why is it bad?
I think she's funny, but you know life is tough when you see white people moving to a ghetto black neighborhood. Oh, she's so cute.
Oh, that's
look at
what she
her.
meant. Okay.
She's doing her softest and most feminine voice. Doesn't she look lovely? Anyway, to be honest with you guys, I kind of feel bad for her because she really looks like she's really struggling. But at the same time, everyone else is struggling. So I don't feel bad for her at all. Because whenever a cute woman like her cries for help, someone will always rush to her rescue. But when you're a man and you cry for help, nobody cares.
Nobody
You are pretty much on your
cares.
own. And $1,300 for rent on a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom, 600 square feet apartment, that's pretty much the norm these days. Now, don't get me wrong. There are also men that cannot pay their rent. But on this channel, I love focusing on women's problems because I love making fun of these modern women. You know, as men,
There's not as many men posting their L's like this and complaining about it. There are. I'm not saying there aren't, but I think everybody's complaining about rent too. But the way these women go about it with not doing my hair and all this junk.
we are all very tired of hearing women say loud and proud how strong and independent they are.
That's
They keep
exactly
saying that they
why.
don't need a man. Men are. We are also tired of hearing society telling us that men are useless. The future is female, right? So that's why on this channel, I love making fun of these females.
I'm back at it again with my rent rant. I'm back at it again with my rent rant because why is a studio apartment $2,500? Like, please,
Again, just share.
like, tell me. And the worst of it all is like, why is a studio apartment $2,500 in the Bronx, or why is it in an area where there's nobody at? I don't understand.
I keep seeing these videos about people aren't getting paid enough to afford rent, and I just have one thing to say. It makes no sense that the wage to rent ratio does not match. And I live in Florida. Florida is very expensive. The rent here is insane. Like, I live in a 4x4 apartment, and each of us pay over $1,000. Like, that's ridiculous. That is $4,000. Okay?
What's a 4x4 apartment? Like 4 bedrooms, 4 baths?
I don't know if I don't know about economics, if we're all just getting, but I do not understand how people are affording to live right now. And I know this is a big crisis that everyone's talking about, but the reason that I say this is because people think when they get out of college and they get their first job that they can just go live on their own and become financially stable. Absolutely not. If you are not making at least one,
You actually can. You just have to really live below your means. This is the only problem that I really see with the modern woman. They just can't live below their means.
third of your rent, you should not have that apartment. You should not be moving out because people do not realize
1/3 of your income going to your living situation is pretty normal.
how expensive it is, how much stuff you have to buy besides just rent and utilities. You got your car insurance, your phone bill, your food, your credit card bill, your gas. And I'm no financial advisor, but the wages should match the rent in that area. And don't get me wrong, like my girlfriend lives in like a cheap area where like her rent is like less than $1,000 a month for a 1x1.
So the wage to rent ratio doesn't match. Does she know that landlords don't give a damn about the wage to rent ratio? They only care about getting as much money as they can from their tenants. Nothing else matters to landlords. And about making at least 1/3 of your rent, I think she actually meant making at least 3 times the money you pay for your rent. And that's the same ratio that banks and lenders use to issue you a mortgage. And I always smile every time I watch these videos where women complain about how everything is expensive, because they always act as if they just discovered something revolutionary. Life is hard. Deal with it, baby.
It's true.
Besides the fact that I'm extremely struggling to pay my rent every month, you know how I realized that it's really, really bad out here? I live in the hood, okay? I live in the hood. The hood. Garbage everywhere. People's dogs not tied up. Pit bulls running around. Litter, dog poop. People riding bikes. Women of the night down the block. Like, I've been living here for a year and a half. And when I first moved in, it was 100% black, like 100% black people. And now, I was just walking my dog and this white guy was like, to me, dead ass. Now, all of a sudden, I've seen at least 4 of the apartments taken by white people. And this is like the cheapest spot in town.
I want to know who they're pricing these expensive ass apartments.
You hear that, ladies? They had to move to a cheaper part of town, even though it was not a great part of town, to make the rent. This is where women are like, no, but I want to live where I want to live. I want to do the things I want to do.
For who are they pricing it for? Because there's no way that I can't find a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom for lower than $2,300 that's actually decent. No roaches, no rats. We should not be in a state where minimum wage workers have to live with 3 to 4 people in order to afford to live. Everyone.
It's always been like that. I don't think very many, for at least a while now. Maybe not in the 50s, but since I was a kid, minimum wage workers were not able to afford rent on their own, at least on their own place, very few.
At minimum, should be able to afford to live alone. Period.
There's something that I found very funny when I watched this video, right? These women are complaining about not being able to pay their rent, but they would gladly spend over $1,000 for a picture with Chris Brown. Yes, they would pay one band $1,000 to be groped by Chris Brown. And before even spending that kind of money for a picture with Chris Brown, they will also spend several thousands of dollars on their nails, hair extensions, eyelashes, eyebrow tattoos, and exotic trips several times per year. But they will cry about being broke. Make it make sense.
Yes, the trip several times per year thing. I tell you guys, I've never even been on vacation with my parents. I've never had the pleasure of being on vacation with my mom. And I'll never have that pleasure now. Why? Because that was never an important thing when we were growing up. It was food, clothes. That's about it. The thing is, I grew up as such an immigrant. We lived in a 1-bedroom apartment when my parents had my brother, and he was a 3rd kid. And my uncle came and lived with us because he was our baker at the time. So in one bedroom apartment that was maybe 600 square foot, there was 3 adults and 3 children. We made it work. That's just how it had to be done at the time. We didn't have the money to get a bedroom for each of the children. We didn't have the money to be able to buy a house or start off with the house. This is the crazy shit that women talk about. Oh, you have to have 3-bedroom house already. What the fuck are you talking about? That is such an expense that I don't even need to pay for, in a sense. Why? I live by myself.
I found screenshots of what I was paying for rent in 2019 in my first apartment from work. I knew this information, but just looking at it is so unreal. Rent was $995 a month. And for context, if you know the area, I lived in Sandy Springs, Georgia, which is known for being like a really nice area. I was like 20 years old. I think I had just turned 20. I'm not even gonna lie, I was standing on big business. Like, I felt like I was doing something. $11.27 a month by myself? Guys, I was making $16.83 an hour. And I could afford to live by myself. I mean, I wasn't living like a queen, but I could pay all my bills and eat out sometimes.
Yeah, you could have just stayed at home.
Usually
and
my
saved
rent
all
is
that
around
money.
$16.80 a month. My rent has gone up $500 a month. To be fair, I do make more than double than I was making before, but this is what lifestyle creep looks like. The cost of living goes up every time people make a little bit more money. I could punch somebody right now.
That is not lifestyle creep. Lifestyle creep is once you make a little bit more money, you spend a little bit more money. Now you make a lot more money. Now you spend a lot more money. You upgrade your lifestyle as you make money. That's lifestyle creep. Not that you stay in the exact same spot, you've done the exact same thing, and now you make double the money, and all of a sudden everything just costs a lot, like double the price. No. That's not how it works. I live a very normal life. I make more money now. I still live the exact same life. Guess what? It's just more money in my bank account. Please subscribe down below. I really appreciate it. I'll catch you guys next time. Ciao.